Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Civil War casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got two games for you. The first game being a 1 vs 1 in Unification on Moonbase. Playing off the side as the Tau Empire, we've got Mella, and we've also got Vrax on the right side playing as Tau Empire as well. Vrax will be opening up a couple of stealth suit teams, aircraft builder, jetpacks, and the auxiliary recruitment centre. Whereas Mella is basically going to go for more or less the exact same thing. So yeah, Tau and Tau, who is going to be the greatest, goodest boy? I mean, we are going to see both auxiliary recruitment centres for both players here. So, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be crew on crew action. Lots of slapping around, lots of, I assume, Tau commanders at some point coming out as well to support them in their nefarious deeds and whatnot. So yeah, this game has been on the back burner for quite some time. Because it's two games, the first game is going to be quite a longish game. And the second game, from what I understand being said in the Discord, is going to be significantly shorter. And in my head, you know, casting two games back to back, I know it's the same as basically casting one long game that's 38 minutes long. But like, in my head, it just feels like a longer game. And I'll be honest, boys and girls, work's been utterly kicking my arse recently. Like, I'm really, really tired after coming home from work over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. So that's my excuse. That's why I've been delaying on this game. But we're here now. And am I still tired? Absolutely. But I've got no excuses. We've got to get through all the Unification games to make sure that we can then start playing and doing the casting on the more recent patch. We're going to see some recruits for Vrax going down on the southern side, where some Vespids on the northern side have spotted a stealth suit team, as the Vespids can spot the infiltrator unit, so a nice idea from Mella here. And they'll be able to jump around and keep on top of these stealth suits, preventing them from decapping Mella's points. Also, if the recruits start to jump on top of them, they can also fly away as well by a more decent range option. I do believe, yeah, you do a slightly more damage in range than the crew. Crew attempting to capture the strategic point down here. Got the decap from Mella's stealth suit team. I know Tau Commander for Vrax is going to come over and boost these guys away. Nice supporting firing roll, but the Tau Commander for Mella also out, so even though they've gone for the same build order, building-wise, slightly different unit composition. Trying to move around the Vespids, but then deciding to go up against them in close combat. Got the Flamer from Vrax's Tau Commander. So they'll be burning those guys, breaking them, almost breaking the morale actually. Managing to push them guys back. But a squad of crews for Mella. That's the problem when you're assaulting another person's base, is that if they're outnumbered, they can always build some more inside the base. It's quicker to reinforce them. Going down a snare trap to keep those recruits away, but I suppose really, I mean, you stop the enemy's recruits from getting close combat with your recruits, but then like, you've slowed them down, but they're still going to bash them in close combat, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but maybe stops them from engaging as efficiently as possible. And now, there goes the game. Cool. Well, that was fun. There's nothing I enjoy more than having to restart the game and do all that stuff. I'm not tired of anything, you know, I can pull through. It's only a little bit of a technical hiccup, but yeah, so the Vespid's almost dying in that. Morale's been broken, only one more left. Actually, the whole squad wipe going on down there, but the Tau Commander for Vrax is taking a bit of a beating. The recruit of Mella just focusing on him, so I suppose Vrax is going to do exactly the same tit for tat. I do quite like that, a nice little... Oh, for a second I thought that was a snare trap thrown by Mella and Vrax was walking around that, but no, not quite. So trying to prevent himself from being snagged out by those recruits from Mella. And yeah, quite low on health at the moment. Not feeling the vibes. Also got the listing post being upgraded as well, so no matter where that Tau Commander is going, it's getting blasted every which way. Recruits for Vrax getting a good surround on the Tau Commander of Mella. But that Tau Commander, even though he's not ideal for close combat, that little jumpy attack ability that he can do definitely gets a good AoE kind of damage on the go. Being blasted by the Vrax Commander. Very low on health and just taken out. To be fair though, it would take a long time for him to regen his health. So may as well actually just kill him and rebuild him, I suppose. That might not be the case. Current economy is 74 and 10 for Mella compared to 79 and 20. So relatively even, but I suppose it is quite early on in the game. Currently we've got the critical location in the centre being captured by a stealth suit. All of these guys on the left-hand side can spot him, so it might be an idea to regain those Vespids, and that's exactly what Mella's doing, but that's 50 green to buy them again, so that's quite a hefty investment at this stage of the game.
Get us to the fight.
Vraxian recruits chilling out on the southern side. thinking about going roundabout over here to do some more decapping. Or maybe that's just stealth team that's going to do that. That's the overshooting, actually, to be fair. Straight away, that critical location goes right down. So what's the plan for these guys, then? I imagine it's going to be just hang around in the middle for a bit, see if you can control this critical location, and get some maybe longer range stuff on the go for you. That will give them a massive advantage in the ranged combat in the mid-game, as the Tau vehicles and infantry can always fire a little bit further than what they can see visually. So a critical location with the amount of... I mean, have you captured that? No, you haven't, but... Am I able to demonstrate this? I'm currently on Vrax's side, on Mella's side, and you can just see how far the critical location can see in comparison to a regular strategic point. It's always useful. Vraxian Tower Commander back on the field. He's going to be focusing straight on top of the Mella Commander. The Mella fella, if you pardon that play on words and names and stuff, but still not enough punching power for Vrax here. We'll have to fall back. Also, that snare trap again goes down. Very unfortunate, but actually no, it does manage to get a couple of them. Those Vespids been able to reposition around the back of the flanks, keeping on top of that Tower Commander. Mella's lad is feeling a little bit worse for wear. And much like Mella, Vrax has got a upgrade listing post, so he can fall back to it for defensive reasons. And one thing that I've completely forgot to mention as well is that the group can eat food. All that floor lasagna is free health upgrades for them. Currently, Mella has got a little bit of a health advantage on his crew at the moment. And to be fair, he could probably bring his guys back home and just start eating all this stuff as well. That wouldn't be a terrible idea for him. But at the moment, he's getting pushed by the crew. Why? No, it's this is really hard to say, because if they were playing regular with Tower Fire Warriors, it'd be a really distinct colour difference. Because they're both crew, it's quite hard to tell the difference. But the one that are broken, they are Vrax's crew. They're just not having a brilliant time, are they? Constantly manoeuvred around. But they're not dead. Managing to survive and avoid squad wipes here. So not too bad for them. Vrax's commander surrounded at the moment. Unable to get out of there. Don't know how much jumping juice he's got in his jetpack. Or maybe he's just holding the line there. As Mella's Tower Commander has gone down. Vespid's deciding to fly away and prevent the stealth suit from capturing the critical location in the centre. Also provides a small economic boost as well. So not all the worst things. Second squad of crew for Mella. As the Tau Commander attempts to burn everything to a crisp. The Vespids once again have been brought down low. None of those guys left. So all things concerned, I mean, don't get me wrong, is Vrax winning these engagements? Not necessarily. He's still losing ground. You know, Mella has control of the centre. But, I mean, he's killed the Vespids twice. That's a lot of money lost by Mella. And he's also lost the Tower Commander. So, in the grand scheme of things, financially, Mella's probably losing in these trade-offs. They're now fighting over the scraps of food in the centre of the battlefield here. But without the Tower Commander on the left-hand side, these guys are going to have to basically give up ground to Vrax here. What's going on with the tech at the moment? Tier 2 on the way, and a second plasma generator. Going to regain that Tower Commander as well. Are you beginning? Oh, you've just finished your Tier 2. That's probably one of the advantages of only going for one squad of Brute Warriors. Get to save a little bit of money. And just take up a little bit quicker. So what will be the plan for these guys? I assume Barracudas. I assume that would be the way forward. Come in, do a lot of damage. Who can't really bash them because they're flying up in the air. And with only the... I mean, since we've only got an auxiliary recruitment centre, getting something like a broadside battlesuit to break down vehicles will be... You know, you have to physically build the tower recruitment barracks, which will slow you down a little bit. So you have one single squad of recruits and a devilish Tower Commander now armed with a missile launcher. They're just riding on solo here. The crew of the Vrax, the crew squads of Vrax have got 38 extra health, whereas Mella's have only, oh no, you've got 38 as well. Because even as humanly possible, just that Vrax's crew are outnumbered. Also got leaping advances from Mella's crew now, so definitely upgrading them. Broadside battlesuit, providing some supporting fire. Although interesting choice, as you are primarily against against vehicles. I suppose then, if you guys have the intention of going for vehicles, that'll be a problem for you, but you're not. You're going to go for regular Tau. And the Tau Fire Warrior breaches shotgun infantry. If you wombo combo them with the crew, the enemy crew jump at your crew, you then blast them back with your shotguns. Damn fine idea. A big question mark on this broadside battlesuit, in all fairness. And they're bringing out that flamethrower. It's just blue flames everywhere. One stealth suit. Throwing a couple of bits and bobs. Firepower their way. Here comes a Piranha Skimmer as well. Although, I suppose, oh, maybe that's what the broadside battlesuit's there for. Just to prevent this guy from going out too much. He's not focusing on him. His eye sniping out that tower commander just before he dies as well. Very nice stuff. Tower breach has now been tied up in close combat. It only requires a little bit of space to make use of those shotguns. And the unit composition for mella here is looking really, really strong. Don't get me wrong, the skimmers are light vehicles, but vehicles all the same. Another broadside battlesuit coming online. And at the moment, no one's really got the firepower to take him down as quickly as they would like. One Piranha Skimmer goes down. The second one only takes 2 shots, more or less, from the Piranha Skimmer, or from the broadside battlesuit. So he came, he saw, he died, but he also killed a few things at the same time. I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty good. But, I mean, Piranha Skimmers are quite cheap, aren't they? What is it, 40 blue and 60 green? Whereas a broadside battlesuit... Are you building any more? I thought you got that from the tower recruitment building, barracks thing. Nope, fair enough. I might get that confused. Maybe they get that from the vehicle beacon. Good old unification. Changed a few things here and there. I mean, granted, these changes happened like 3 or 4 months ago, so I should learn it by now, but I'm a slow learner. Slow processing speed, as we would say in the learning support department of the school I work at. That's what you wanted all along, the Barracudas. They kill the Piranha Skimmers, they kill the crew. The breaches can't do anything against them, more or less. That's the money shot right there, baby. That's the money shot indeed. And this one squad of crew just point blank refusing to die. They just do not like the idea of being squad wiped. I've now also got some stealth suit teams from Vrax inside the base. I assume he went for some fusion blasters. And that Chassevere stealth suit chap attempted to break down the plasma generators, but not quite getting one of those Jennies down, as Dreamon would say. Good old Jennies. Been a while since I watched one of his videos, actually. Should really get back on that. Got a Devilfish troop carrier on the go. Stealthing around, minding his own business. Currently there's no... Oh no, you have got a Pathfinder team, so you will be able to spot it. Tau do have quite a few options in regards to their infiltration detection. Pathfinder's got quite a large, keen sight range as well, if memory serves. Roots of Vrax is charging on in. That jumping ability. Tau Commander for Vrax also very low on health, so it needs to absolutely make sure he's got the maximum range away from everyone. Got a second Devilfish coming around on the flanks. And there's no way to run for Mella's troops now. Could run further on this way. Oh, that's where your tower barracks is. Very sneaky. Okay, fair enough. Never expect what Vrax is going to do next. Always a player on the edge of a blade. But yeah, Mella had troops. He still does, somehow, some way, that they've managed to survive in such a number. I suppose it's just all been on auto-reinforce. Yeah, the tower at the moment... I mean, don't get me wrong, they've got one Barracuda. They've got a couple of Devilfish troop carriers. They don't quite have that high level of DPS that the tower are known to bring to bear in the mid-game. That's probably why these guys are surviving a lot longer than normal. One squad of crew going toe-to-toe. The Vraxian commander on the top right-hand side. As now we are seeing Mella go for a couple of Devilfish troop carriers for himself. And it's a really unclean fight here. Just crew jumping around everywhere. Pathfinders are somewhere in the mix as well. Barracuda goes down there. That's quite big. Nothing really anti-vehicle dedicated on the side of the blue tower. I mean, I know all tower blue, but these are blue armor, so, you know, let's just roll with it. I mean, the Tower Commander does have missile pods on his back. And there we go, a taste of his own medicine. Barracuda on the way. And is this enough to finally set aside the crew of Vrax? Does look like they're about to get all deaded. But what? Whose side are you on? Are you the... Oh, okay, you are a Vraxian Devilfish troop carrier. And all these guys are just kind of trying to eat the food, mind their own business. Real pain in the backside. Pathfinders, marker targeting those guys. Almost getting them killed, but thankfully the Vespids come in. And the Devilfish troop carriers are very easily killed once spotted. Was it about 750 health? Let me just go over to the other side and see if you've got any. Yeah, 750. Not the highest armor known to man. So everyone's just in tier 2 still at the moment, unless of course I'm not noticing any buildings being placed anywhere else. And at the moment, the economy is 115 and 53 compared to 97 and 50 for the blue Tau. So yeah, no one in a strong position at the moment to tech up. Both Vrax and Mella throwing in lots of money towards these engagements. Barracuda comes in for a cheeky little perk, but it definitely will need some more fire support in there. Now transitioning... Oh, for a second I thought we were going to go for some fire warriors there. That might be the idea that I would have liked to have seen, rather than the broadside battle suits, get, you know, keep your your crew, sorry, out on the field for the front lines, and get some fire warriors for some more fire support. That would have maybe killed these guys. But it's risky though, because the crew of Mella, I mean, he's got 2 squads, he can jump over things. He's got Crew Shaper there as well. Quite a lethal lad in close combat. Has some of the best attack animations in the game from vanilla Dawn of War, in my honest, humble opinion. It's a shame you don't see him very often. Really do with attaching him to a squad of Crew Carnivores, in all fairness. Tower Commander being focused by double Barracudas. Managed to get him down. Do by a blast. Very unfortunate. I've got a squad of Fire Warriors, but no front line to keep them safe. Barracudas go down by the firepower of the stealth suit team. I've been marker targeted, but no other firepower coming in. Oh no, you've got one squad of Fire Warriors being unaccosted. But yeah, found that front line. Mella's unit composition is going to be vastly superior in a more prolonged engagement. Still got those snare traps coming out from the Tower Commander. Where are you, Tower Commander? You are here, surrounded. He's wearing black armor. It's quite hard for me to see. Barracuda on its last legs. Could really do with a run. Fixing it up. Tier 3 for Vrax from a Kion command post. And I suppose you're going to go for tier 3 if you're keeping on top. No, not quite. Not quite at all. I suppose that your unit composition requires more money to keep afloat. Even though the crew are doing a really good job, you've got to keep them constantly fed with more troops. Their squads have a tendency to die a little bit quicker in these firefights and engagements. Got some Fire Warrior breaches now for Vrax. And I mean, yeah, that's a decent front line. Granted, it won't do well if they manage to get involved in close combat, but those knockbacks, they should be able to keep the squads back a little bit. Oh no, never mind. The jumping kind of negates it. Okay, alright. Well, good idea, all the same. One Barracuda goes down, and does Mella's go down? Oh, dear, oh dear. Looked like he was trying to go for a escape vector. Not quite. And now they've got that Kion command post finished. That's the one way you're able to get... Oh, I can never remember which one's which. You've got the one that's for Krook-style things and one that's for, you know, regular Tau-style things in tier 3. Love to see which kind of stuff that comes out. Somebody gave me a really good rhyme to remember a long time ago and I've completely forgot it. Blue Tau being pushed back. They have lost their listing post, very unfortunately. Stealth suits attempting to go around the flanks to blast apart the lightly armoured vehicles. Not quite getting there. Or build something to let us know which path you've gone for. It's all smoke and mirrors, boys and girls. Who really knows? He's in tier 3. He's not got any spending money. It's a bit unfortunate. They've now spotted the Tau barracks. So that will go down. Also potential for this listing post to be shying away as well. Breach is attempting to come on over and sort out the vehicles. That missile launcher from the Tower Commander really adding some DPS against those Piranha Skimmers. They've lost Tower Barracks, but not quite the listing post, so managing to save bits of their economy. So the crew are going to go the long way home and do some defensive stuff. Or probably, I assume, coming back in for second pass. Devilfish seeing the stealth suit teams, giving them the old plasma rifle shuffle. Troop carrier goes down. Marker light on the Barracuda, increased damage. And it's such a micro-intensive game. The amount of little bits and bobs that these guys have to do to maximise the effectiveness of their units. But Christ, Battlesuit, oh, that means you've gone for... Ah, you've gone for the Montka, right? So Montka is Battlesuits and Town Nonsense, and Kion is the not Town Nonsense. Okay, cool. Thank you, Mella, for helping me in this journey that we're on all together. So, increased firepower from Mella. Rest Battlesuits, they are quite expensive. 120 and 25 to reinforce, so that makes it quite an expensive unit overall to maintain, or small unit size as well. And they're lacking the numbers now. I mean, one problem when you go for a unit that small in size is that if you've got lots of firepower coming in, they can focus more individually on each model. So it's harder to keep them from being squad wiped. Jumping in, doing what they can. More Devilfish and a Barracuda on top of that. Yeah, that Tower Commander is really the main culprit for the anti-vehicle damage from the blue Tower here. I'm going to focus him down, forces him back, gives them a little bit of breathing room in defending themselves. But we've got double stealth suit, double Devilfish side by side. One being able to spot the other. And Mella manages to defend himself from a quite impressive push from Vrax. Now gone for a Crute Hound pack, which do silly damage in close combat. The Barracuda, if they can get on top of them, the Crute Hounds won't be able to do all that much. So yeah, I don't know. The Montka command post, I like it. Of the two command posts, you probably see Montka a lot more. But in this matchup, probably Kion is probably the more advantageous. But at the moment, Vrax got a very small amount of army on the field. He's basically just got the dogs and the commander. Gonna get another Barracuda online, which will help keep the Piranha Skimmer at bay. Oh, the snare works on vehicles, that's fun. Tempted to jump away, not quite getting it. First Battlesuits in the middle. As the crew get a decap on that strategic point. Like I said earlier on, it's not only just denying the economy, but also denying the vision. Which I suppose Vrax, with his brute-focused tech path, doesn't really need that much in the way of vision, as his boys just prefer to beat people up in close combat. The Fire Warrior team on the go. Soon to come out. Yeah, I think for Vrax, he just needs to chill out at home a little bit. Wait to get some more lads on the field and see if he can wombo combo them right up the middle. Couple Barracudas trying to focus down that other Barracuda, very low on health, so we'll get him. And now turning their attention to the Crisis Battlesuit team. Plenty of firepower incoming, but just pull him back, get him repaired, do what they can. Crute Hounds jumping straight in the middle, attempting to kill the crew of Mella. Fire Warriors now also doing the same. So picking their targets, trying to go for the most advantageous kind of unit to take on first. Got the Ethereal for Mella. Oh, are you in tier 4 now? Question mark. Oh no, Coalition Centre, that isn't tier 4. I don't think. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe the real Coalition Centre, as the friends will make along the way. At the moment, a bit of a standstill. I do believe that Mella has got the bigger army and the more likely odds of pushing this through until the late game. But don't count Vrax out just yet. Those Crute Hounds are just stupidly good if they can get in close. But getting close could be quite difficult. You also have now these Fire Warrior bodyguards It's like your regular Fire Warriors, but even chunkier and better. This battlesuit team comes on the northern side, but I don't think, yeah, that means they've lost 2 models already. You don't want to be sending these guys on solo missions. You want these guys being supported all the way. Ah, there we go. Yeah, just if you can't fight them in the middle, then just go around the sides. Not a bad idea at all. Also got the FCAS builders following up as well for field repairs. And while that is happening, the crew were thinking of moving in, but not quite. But if they can keep the pressure on here, then these guys won't be able to move, will they? That's probably the plan. Focusing on the Piranha skimmers. And yeah, no anti-vehicle stuff at the moment. Oh no, there's the stealth suit teams. That's very unfortunate. No vision for them. So I have to fly away best I can before teabagging the ground. You know, I mean, why not? If you can, why not? The technology of Tau allows the Barracudas to teabag. Oh, a beautiful placement of that Bluefoot will prevent these crew hounds from retreating back down the main line. So these guys are now committed to a full-blown engagement. But watch them just rip and tear their way for any kind of soft targets here. Crew Shaper jumping and drop-kicking that Tower Commander, more or less. Beautiful stuff. And yeah, there was a Tau army for Mella here. But they're all inside the bellies of the dogs now. Like I said, cannot underestimate those dogs. Absolutely insane. Now that poor Ethereal. Run away, young man. Armed with his staff and his cloth. Well, there's Barracudas. There's plenty of firepower coming in left and right. Also, those Quest battlesuits. Dogs are not on auto-reinforced. 50 blue and 15 green to get them back online. So actually cheaper than your Christ battlesuits. Making them harder to get squad wiped. And yeah, just more effective, man, you know? In this kind of engagement, Barracuda goes down from Mella. So does the Barracuda from Vrax. These infiltrated stealth suits. Tower Commander also goes down as well. Dogs can't sniff these guys out, so while they had the advantage, I mean, if they had infantry detection, they could jump on these guys, kill these guys, and push on forward, but oh, that. Oh, we've got Commander Shadow Sun. That's fun. Look at her go. And I know that I made an Abe's Odyssey reference the other day, but this is quite possibly the most Abe's Odyssey-esque thing you've got in Ultimate, not Ultimate Apocalypse. That's heresy for this mod. Unification. You know, all you need is just her mouth with the blooming tied up bits. And her to do that chanting thing. And then you're golden. Yeah, why is Neo-Automata canon in Unification lore, but Abe's Odyssey isn't? That's my question, boys and girls. That's the fan fiction I want. I want Abe and the McGluckons in Warhammer 40k. I reckon Abe would survive. I mean, not for very long. It'd survive a little bit. Anyway, Commander Shadow Sun. She comes around. She's just basically like a souped-up Tower Commander, but she's got access to a couple of shield drones and link drones, which are really good in Hyrule, if you ask me. But unsupported, been surrounded by dogs. She's not a dog person. Much prefers cats. The dogs are just running backwards and forwards, trying to get whatever they can. And what kind of economic state is everyone in? 67 and 48, compared to 85 and 54, so a lot less than what you would normally expect at this stage of the game. It's just basically the Unification equivalent of two very old men slowly punching each other and gradually getting tired over time. These stealth suits really packing the punch. I mean, they're not doing much damage to the dogs whatsoever, but they're doing the best they can, gosh darn it. Dogs can't do anything against them. Definitely need some infiltration detection from Vrax. He's not got any. And I don't think you've got the money for it neither. No, not really. So what's the alternative? Going to go for a Riptide... Ah, right, a Riptide battlesuit, which is effectively a relic unit. I mean, I do believe it is indeed a relic unit. And it should be able to wipe the floor with these Fruit Hounds, if they're supplied. I mean, they've got the unit composition back online. They've got the Pathfinders. Probably a Skimmer who's on the verge of death, but, you know, might want to repair him, to be fair. And another Barracuda. And without that... I mean, I suppose the Tower Commander can take down the Barracuda, but I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's got it in him at all. That's a very loud Fire Warrior bodyguard voice acting compared to everyone else. You calm down. Fire warrior bodyguards. No one needs your upstart kind of ways of going about things. Here come the dogs. Go, dogs, go. Engage in glorious hand-to-hand combat. Big jump. Huge blue fit. And gets... Oh, and the combination of snare and blue fit manages to get them. And, oh, good lord. That's just wiped out the majority of the dogs there. What an epic wombo combo of abilities. And Vrax doesn't even say GG. He's like, why? Whatever. Blooming town nonsense. Even though he's playing town himself. That was a remarkable little get right there. What one ability just changing the course of that engagement. The Crooks could have jumped in there and, you know, potentially have wiped all this stuff out like they did before. But no, just that ethereal actually being useful for once. So very nice stuff. Rock and roll. Alright, so we've got one more game and we'll call it quits. So here we are with game number 2. We are unfortunately divided and it's still 1 versus 1 in Unification. We've got Mella on the southern side playing as a Tau, Vrax on the northern side playing as a Tau. And I do appreciate how these guys have kept consistent with their colour scheme. It'll make it much easier for me in my brain. Vrax has gone for the Auxiliary Recruitment Centre opening once again. And same with Mella, so it's just basically the same kind of thing. And can both players manage to manifest their inner crew and punch the other guy to death? Now, I do quite like this map. I mean, don't get me wrong, is it Shogunate? Question mark, yes, but this guy makes me think a lot of Starscream from Transformers. Starscream, definitely one of the more comical side of, you know, baddies from Transformers. Who was your favourite Transformer? My one was Soundwave. I liked the concept of someone firing cassette tapes from their chest and turning into little dinosaurs and pterodactyls and stuff. That was my favourite. They kind of did my boy bad in the modern films. Because, I mean, what, in that first one with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox? Who was in, like, a satellite and you didn't really see him? Porsche. And then I didn't watch any of the others because modern films are rubbish. Yeah, so we've got Vespids coming from Vrax. He's learnt from Mella to do the same. And Mella, have you gone for... No, you are not going for any Vespids. That is interesting. So you're basically doing the opposite of what happened in the first game. Now, on this map, we've got basically 3 lanes going on. We've got relics on either side. Critical location in the middle with the Helldivers bomb in there. Which is what a shame that happened to Helldivers. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. And then it just became shite. You know, with the whole PSN issue. Was it PSN? I think it was, or something like that. And then the nerfs to the Flamer, which is my favourite gun. I know they fixed it, but I've already deleted the game off the computer, and I'm not going to re-download it unless something special happens. And wait, they come straight in, and they bash the plasma generator. It's a major pain in the backside for Mella. Managed to get the snare off, but not really snaring anyone down. Vespids, they've done their job, so, you know, jump back. Vespids ideal for doing a little bit of early game building harassment, as they've got that discombobulation ability, which does a lot of damage to buildings. Also got that knockback ability to keep melee troops away from them. Stealth suit, attempting to capture the critical location in the centre, but being pushed away. Oh, this poor... Are you a guardsman? Oh no, you're a shogunate man. Okay, fair enough. All sympathy gone. That's what you get for worshipping the Japanese.
The Shapers sent us to serve.
Stealth suits going on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Vespids pushing in for another go at the base. And a Flamer on for Mella, attempting to burn those Vespids to a crisp, but not quite getting that range to be able to get the job done. But upgraded listing post, probably not a winning engagement for the Vespids here, so we'll push back. Apologise if I'm giving people vertigo. This map is terrible for casting due to all the high walls. You know, really nice aesthetically, but terrible to see all the action. Crew morale being broken. Tower Commander just taking it on the chin before falling back. Ah, good lord, you see what I mean? Now, what angle you go for, you can't maintain a consistent angle. Real pain in the backside. Go over here, munching down on the globules of the Vespids. The relic on the right-hand side being captured by Vrax. While the left-hand side is being captured by who? Who are you? You are... Oh, you're also Vrax, okay. So he's just trying to get that map control everywhere and anywhere. And the crew, once again, going to munch down. I do quite like... I like the idea of eating mechanics. It's almost adorable if it wasn't the fact that they were eating the dismembered bits and bobs of the enemy. Of coming. Attempting to get the plasma generator again. And the Vespid's been burnt alive. Morale forcing them to go back. Aircraft builders getting there in the nick of time as well. And where are you going? Going on a bit of a journey. They're a bit discombobulated themselves, to be fair. The retreat path being cut off by more crew. And an upgraded listing post. But that big knockback gives them a little bit of room to maneuver. Oh, only one... there we go. There's only one model left, but he got a friend. And now they're going to fly away.
What do you want?
And these crew, you can't underestimate... I know I've said you can't underestimate many things in the previous game, but one major thing as well is that if these crew eat a lot of food, that gives them such a significant health boost. Surprised that we didn't see that in the first game. But that's Mella's plan. He wants big, thick with 2 C's crew. Which, whatever you do, don't Google that. As I assume some degenerates online have probably made some art about that. And you don't need it. You don't need it, boys and girls. Stay true. Stay true to yourself and your dreams. Stuff so didn't get that cat, but the worst place for him to be, as those Vespids for Mella jump on over, spot him. And he goes down. Do you drop blue lasagna? You do. Oh, blue lasagna. That's fun. As long as it's not a blue waffle, that's the main thing. Also, don't Google that neither. Whatever you do, save your eyes, gentlemen and ladies. That was one of the classic lol shock websites they used to put on when you were at school and the teacher wasn't looking. You go onto their computer, you get massively told off. It was very, very fun. Either way, big engagement. Troops are going everywhere. It's a shame that they don't have their jumping ability at the moment. That would help them a lot. But Vraxian crew attempted to go for the Tower Commander, and the Melon crew, or Vespids even, going for the Vraxian Commander. Leaving these troop squads in the middle to focus on the listing post. And they managed to get it down. Charging after. Here come the Fire Warrior Breach team. Although, getting a little bit too close for comfort. He's trying to stay behind their Vespids. Mella's Vespids falling down. Arse overhead, managing to jump out the way of that. Pretty good for them. The one dude... Oh, no, he's been left behind. Oh, it's like Homeward Bound. He's trying to get back home. But not quite. Homeward Bound, another really good film. I'd recommend that one. Not a big fan of films where animals talk, but you know what? That film makes you tear up. Makes a grown man cry, that film. And the second one as well. But to be fair, I probably prefer the second one, if I'm completely honest. There were more animals in it. You can tell where my mental state's gone. Been casting for too long today. I've been watching the game at this point. Here come the Blue Tower. They've got the Breaches. They've got the Vespids. They've got the Tower Commander and also a second squad of Breaches as well. So that's quite good, actually. All the crew are now being washing machined about the place. Damn fine. Change to status quo. Still to fall back a bit, but that's alright. They're going to go back to the heavy cover. And just turn around. 360 no scope. All the morale's been broken on the crew. They've got another squad coming over. But I don't know if that's going to do them any favours. If the Breach is going to get some more shots off. Prada Skimmer skims on over. Tier 2 have been achieved for Vrax here. And like I said earlier on, it's not the most tankiest of vehicles, but it still is a vehicle, gosh darn it. Bringing in the damage, resisting a lot of that stuff. Now that the Mella's Tower Commander's got that missile pod there, to go down a lot quicker. Second Skimmer comes online, focusing on the Tower Commander as the Breaches tidy up the remaining crew. There are 2 moles left. Probably won't be much of a problem for them. And yeah, the mighty crew. How have they fallen? Oh, I suppose if you shoot anything with a shotgun enough times, it will go down. General rule of shotguns. And yeah, LS says GG. Vrax says GG. And there we go. So yeah, so if you're ever up against crew and you're playing a faction that has access to shotguns, shotguns is the way forward. Definitely what should have been done in the first game. Both players had the ideas of bringing the Breaches on, but they only really brought one squad in at a time. If you just went for a fistful of them, it would probably been the end of the game quite early for the first game as well. So yes, cheers Vrax for sending these games into the Discord, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Link in the description as always. As with Miss Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.